Before the actual makeup goes on, sunscreen is first. I'm testing out a couple of different super popular Korean brands. I haven't exactly decided which one is my favorite yet, but so far, the Beauty of Joseon is likely top of my list. I like to use two different primers, a glowy base for the rest of my face and a matte smoothing one like Rare Beauty's for my T-zone. Everything that I will be using will be in the description bar. I usually end up applying all three on different parts of my face. The Charlotte Tilbury gives the lightest coverage with a little glow. The DM Blurring Balm, it's a matte medium coverage. As for the By Mario, it gives a super luminous glow, so this usually goes on my cheeks and high points, patting everything in instead of moving things around with the makeup sponge. Then I use my green beige concealer to cancel the redness around my mouth and nose. At this point in my life, I have given up on super creative eye looks. I do my own lash extensions, and that is enough work for me. But I'm telling you, use a light eyeshadow color for your under eyes. It is perfect for brightening that area without creasing. My microbladed brows are basically non-existent at this point, so I'm touching it up with some light strokes, and I'm not making a prominent arch anymore like I used to. So instead of a The Rock look, I'm more just like a resting bitch face look. Gonna add a peachy brown to deepen my eyes and add some definition to the area, only slightly stretching it past my brows and bringing some of that down to the lower outer corners. I've only recently gotten back into this, but I like using an angled brush to define my aiguiselle with a brown contour shade. Then adding a nude liner to the inner corners of my waterline to open up my eyes. Of course, using that same contour palette on my cheekbone and jawline. It's not too warmly pigmented and in your face like the Hoola one, which I still use sometimes. Then I'll top this with my cream contour. It's slightly warmer, and applying this in a slanted football shape towards my hairline, it does help to take a brush and place it on top of your ear to get it in the right area of your face. That way you're not bringing that cheekbone down, therefore dragging your face down. Keeps it nice and perky and up and kind of giving you that fox eye Bella Hadid look, you know what I'm saying. Now usually I would skip the foundation and go straight to just this cream highlighter and get that on the high points of my cheekbone, and just follow up with a bright coral cream blush to the apples of my cheeks, not going any lower than my nose and no higher than a finger length down from my eyes. I'm going to use that same light under eyeshadow from earlier to blend everything in. Set my cream blush with a similar powder, and I'm a hoe for blush, so I'm topping that with a brighter pink shade to finish. This eye glitter is unicorn tears, I swear. So I apply that to my inner lower corners, then right above my eye folds, and adding that same under eyeshadow to those inner corners. I've changed the way that I've contoured my nose over the years, so basically I just picture it like drawing Squidward's nose. So it's skinny at the top, rounder at the bottom, and this is to give myself a shorter button nose. The top of the contour starts with a brown shade, and I draw that line to match up horizontally with the lower inner corner fold, and then adding right below that a highlight shade. And you also do that with the tip of your nose, basically drawing a horizontal line with the highlight shade and dotting the ends. And then finishing it up with the same under eyeshadow to lighten the edges of the bridge. Then some brow gel for a bit of color to match my hair. Go in with a compact powder, gently pat that in, and then finishing with a loose powder. Setting spray, and I'm done with my face. Also need to add that Vaseline before my lip stain, and that is my everyday look. I'll definitely be making more vlogs to show you what I did after that, basically. But that is it for my everyday look. I post every Thursday, so yeah, chat with me on all of my socials, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye!